The 1932 Ford V8, often called the Deuce Coupe, is one of the most iconic cars in American history. It represents not just an era of automotive advancement but also the spirit of rebellion, speed, and innovation. This car changed the landscape of performance vehicles and became the foundation for hot rod culture. To truly understand why the 1932 Ford V8 is so legendary, we need to go back to the early 1930s and explore its impact on the automobile industry and popular culture. The Great Depression had taken hold of the world, and the auto industry was struggling. Many car manufacturers were either shutting down or scaling back production. However, Henry Ford had a different vision. He wanted to create an affordable car that provided something exceptional: power. At the time, high-performance engines were limited to luxury brands that only the wealthy could afford. Ford disrupted the industry by introducing the first mass-produced V8 engine, putting power within reach of the average American driver. This decision was groundbreaking and set the stage for what would become one of the most beloved cars in history. The heart of the 1932 Ford was its Flathead V8 engine. Unlike the common 4- and 6-cylinder engines found in most affordable cars, this V8 offered more horsepower, smoother acceleration, and a thrilling driving experience. It produced 65 horsepower initially, which may not sound like much today, but at the time, it was a game changer. The engine's design was relatively simple, making it easy to modify and improve. This made the car a favorite among those who wanted to push the limits of speed and performance. Beyond the engine, the design of the 1932 Ford was also a major factor in its appeal. It had a sleek, modern look compared to its predecessors. The car sat lower, had a more pronounced grille, and featured a more aggressive stance. It was available in multiple body styles, including the sedan, roadster, and of course, the coupe. The two-door coupe, especially the 5-window and 3-window versions, became the most popular among hot rodders in later years. The lightweight body combined with the powerful engine created the perfect platform for customization. While the car was already impressive in its factory form, what really set it apart was how easily it could be modified. Enthusiasts quickly realized that by removing unnecessary weight, upgrading the engine, and tweaking the suspension, they could turn this affordable Ford into a true performance machine. This was the birth of hot rod culture. Young drivers, especially those returning from World War II in the 1940s and 1950s, embraced the Deuce Coupe as their car of choice. They stripped them down, added bigger engines, and raced them on dry lake beds and streets across America. One of the reasons the 1932 Ford became such an icon was its presence in popular culture. The car was immortalized in songs, movies, and magazines. Perhaps the most famous reference to the Deuce Coupe is in the Beach Boys' song, Little Deuce Coupe, which celebrated the car as the ultimate street racer. The song captured the essence of what the car represented: freedom, speed, and youthful energy. Hollywood also played a role in cementing its legendary status. The movie American Graffiti prominently featured a bright yellow 1932 Ford Coupe, reinforcing its place as a cultural symbol of the hot rod era. The impact of the Deuce Coupe on car culture cannot be overstated. It was the first true muscle car before muscle cars were even a concept. It was a car that anyone with a little mechanical knowledge could modify, making it the backbone of the DIY car movement. The ability to personalize and enhance the car to suit individual tastes meant that no two hot rods were exactly alike. This philosophy continues to influence car culture today, as many modern car enthusiasts still seek out 1932 Fords to restore, modify, and race. Another key factor in the car's longevity is its simplicity. The Flathead V8 engine was relatively easy to work on, making it perfect for amateur mechanics. Even today, many hot rod builders prefer the 1932 Ford because of its straightforward design and adaptability. Parts are still widely available, and entire replica bodies are produced, allowing new generations to experience the thrill of building and driving a Deuce Coupe. Although it was introduced over 90 years ago, the 1932 Ford V8 remains one of the most sought-after classic cars in the world. Restored originals, heavily modified hot rods, and even modern reproductions all keep the spirit of the Deuce Coupe alive. Car shows, drag races, and hot rod gatherings continue to celebrate this remarkable vehicle, proving that its legacy is far from over. What makes the 1932 Ford so special is not just its design or performance but its role in shaping automotive culture. It was more than just a mode of transportation, it was an expression of individuality. Whether it was built for racing, cruising, or simply for show, the Deuce Coupe gave people a blank canvas to create something uniquely their own. It was a car that connected generations, from the early hot rodders of the 1940s to the car enthusiasts of today. Many automotive historians consider the 1932 Ford to be one of the most influential cars ever made. It bridged the gap between the early days of the automobile and the high-performance machines of the future. Without it, the hot rod movement as we know it might never have existed. Even modern car manufacturers acknowledge the impact of this legendary vehicle, with many drawing inspiration from its timeless design and engineering principles. The price of a well-maintained or restored 1932 Ford Coupe today can reach hundreds of thousands of dollars, a testament to its enduring value. Collectors, racers, and hot rod builders all recognize its importance. Some choose to preserve them in their original form, while others continue the tradition of modification, ensuring that the car remains relevant in the modern world. In conclusion, the 1932 Ford V8, or Deuce Coupe, is more than just an old car. It is a symbol of innovation, passion, and freedom. It represents a time when automobiles were not just about getting from one place to another but about the thrill of the drive. It is a car that refuses to fade into history, living on in garages, car shows, and the hearts of enthusiasts around the world. Its influence can be seen in every hot rod built, every muscle car produced, and every person who turns a wrench in their garage with a dream of creating something unique. Even though technology has advanced and modern cars are faster and more efficient, there is something magical about the 1932 Ford. It is a reminder of a time when the automobile was more than just a machine, it was an experience. The Deuce Coupe is not just a car, it is a legend, and as long as there are people who love speed, style, and the art of customization, its legacy will never die.